There's a moment, subtle but unforgettable, when you realize The Boys was never just about superheroes. It's about monsters, but not the kind that fly or shoot lasers from their eyes. The real monsters are the ones who believe they're doing the right thing, no matter how many lives they burn to prove it. And that brings us to Billy Butcher. For 4 seasons, Butcher has been both hero and villain, soldier and sinner, savior and executioner. His war against the Supes started as revenge. Then it became an obsession. And now, as The Boys heads into its 5th and final season, it's finally become something darker, something inhuman. Because the truth is, Billy Butcher's not fighting monsters anymore. He's becoming one. And thanks to Gen V Season 2, the entire Boys universe just quietly confirmed a dark secret about him, one that changes everything. The truth hidden in plain sight, Butcher's hero complex was always a lie. Let's start from the beginning. When The Boys first aired in 2019, Billy Butcher was easy to root for. He was rough, funny, and unrelenting. The perfect anti-hero in a world filled with godlike narcissists in capes. Homelander represented absolute corruption. Butcher, the man with no powers, was his opposite. Proof that humanity still had a fighting chance. But here's the thing. Billy was never really fighting for humanity. He was fighting for himself. The death of his wife, Becca, broke something inside him. What started as a vendetta turned into a mission, and that mission became his identity. And when Becca came back, when she lived, it didn't fix him. If anything, it made him worse. Because Butcher didn't know how to stop fighting, his hatred had become his purpose. That's the first dark truth The Boys revealed. Butcher's not the hero of the story. He's the cautionary tale. Season 4. When the monster finally woke up by the end of The Boys, Season 4, that transformation was no longer metaphorical. Butcher isn't just morally broken. He's physically changing. We saw him fully embrace the dark side, activating his hidden Supe abilities. The show never spelled out how powerful he truly is, but the hints were clear. This isn't Temp 5 anymore. This is permanent. And it's dangerous. He kills Victoria Newman, the head-popping Supe who's terrified even of Homelander, in a matter of seconds. No hesitation. No remorse. Just cold, clinical efficiency. That scene wasn't just about showing how strong Butcher has become. It was about showing what's left of him. Nothing. No guilt. No doubt. No hesitation. Billy Butcher has lost the one thing that separated him from the monsters he hunted. His humanity. The Gen V connection. How Marie Moreau's power exposes the truth about Butcher. Now here's where things get really interesting. While The Boys Season 4 was busy showing Butcher's descent, Gen V Season 2 was quietly setting up why it happened. The spin-off revealed that both Homelander and Marie Moreau were created through Project Odessa, a secret Vought operation designed to produce the perfect Supe. Marie's blood powers make her one of the most terrifying creations in the franchise, capable of exploding bodies from the inside out. But in Gen V Season 2's finale, she reaches a new level. She no longer needs her own blood. She can control the blood of others. That makes her equal to Victoria Newman, another result of Project Odessa, someone who can literally weaponize human biology. But here's where the detail most people missed comes in. If Newman and Marie are the only 2 known successes of the project, then how did Billy Butcher gain permanent Supe powers after taking Temp V? That shouldn't be possible. Temp V is unstable. It kills humans. But Butcher didn't die. He changed, which means one thing. Billy Butcher may be the 3rd successful subject of Project Odessa, and he doesn't even know it. Butcher's power isn't random. It's engineered. Let's unpack that for a moment. The show never explicitly states that Butcher was part of Vought's experiments. But there's a trail of clues that makes it hard to ignore. In The Boys Season 4, his Supe abilities manifest gradually, not explosively. He doesn't mutate or lose control. His body accepts the V compound, something only engineered subjects like Homelander and Marie can do. Think about it. Vought created Homelander to be their ultimate weapon. They created Newman to infiltrate politics. Marie is the next generation, more stable, more intelligent, and more controllable. And Butcher? He's the wild card. The perfect test case for what happens when V gets into the bloodstream of a man who already sees the world as a battlefield. He's the final unplanned experiment, the human embodiment of everything. Vought fears and desires. Rage, control, and absolute power fused into one man. He's not supposed to exist, but he does. And that's what makes him terrifying. Billy Butcher vs. Marie Moreau, The Battle of Blood and Rage Gen V Season 2, gives us a comparison that's impossible to ignore. Marie Moreau's strength is rooted in control, her ability to manipulate life itself through blood. It's terrifying, but it's precise. She's the kind of soup who represents evolution. Butcher, on the other hand, is pure chaos. He's not trying to master his powers, he's trying to use them to destroy. When he kills Victoria Newman, he does it before she can even react. That's not luck, that's instinct. His abilities are faster, more aggressive, and more violent. So when people wonder if Marie could beat him, the answer's simple. Not yet. Marie's power might match Newman's, but Butcher has already surpassed them both. And the most terrifying part? He's still changing. The power of hate. Why Butcher might be the strongest soup yet power in the boys' universe doesn't just come from the Compound V serum, it comes from emotion. Homelander's strength is fueled by ego, Marie's by fear, Newman's by control. Butcher's? His power is fueled by hate. Every punch he throws, every soup he kills, is driven by years of grief, loss, and rage. That kind of emotion doesn't just fuel his fight, it defines his biology. Temp V gave him a taste of power, but his body, already twisted by years of anger and trauma, adapted to it. His hate became a catalyst. His rage became evolution. And that's the dark truth the boys has been hinting at all along. Billy Butcher isn't becoming a soup despite hating them. He's becoming one because he hates them. He's living proof that hate corrupts absolutely. The mirror of Homelander. The circle is complete. Homelander has always been the symbol of everything Butcher despises: arrogance, power without accountability, and the smiling face of evil in a superhero costume. But here's the genius of the boys. The longer the series goes on, the more obvious it becomes that Butcher and Homelander are reflections of each other. Both were broken by their childhoods, both believe they're protecting the world, both justify any level of violence if it achieves their goal. The only real difference between them was how they got their power. Now that difference is gone. Butcher has become the thing he swore to destroy, and the irony is so cruel it's poetic. Homelander was created in a lab. Butcher created himself. The path forward. Why Season 5 will be the darkest yet. With Gen V and the boys now fully intertwined, Season 5 is set up to explore the consequences of Butcher's transformation. He's no longer human, but he's not exactly a soup either. He exists in the gray space between predator and prey, the one place where empathy can't survive. The question isn't whether Butcher will win his war against Supes. It's whether there'll be anything left of him when it's over. The clues from Gen V suggest his powers might be unstable, possibly mutating with every use. The very thing that makes him unstoppable could also be destroying him from the inside. But knowing Butcher, that won't stop him. If he's dying, he'll take everyone down with him. Homelander, Vought, the whole rotten system. And if that means ending humanity's last chance at peace, so be it. That's the tragedy of Billy Butcher. He never wanted to save the world. He wanted to make it hurt as much as he did. The real dark truth: Billy Butcher was never the cure. He was the disease. In a way, The Boys has been setting this up since the very first episode. The story started with Huey, the naive, ordinary guy who lost everything to a soup's careless mistake. But it was Butcher who turned Huey's grief into purpose. He taught him how to fight back, how to hate, and how to see the world through his eyes. But what happens when the student surpasses the teacher? When does Huey start realizing that maybe the man he idolized is no better than the monsters he hunts? That's where Season 5 is heading. Not toward another fight between humans and Supes, but between hope and hate. Butcher will stand on one side, Homelander on the other. Two gods of destruction, born from different nightmares, destined to destroy each other. And in between them will stand the only people still trying to save what's left: Huey, Starlight, and maybe even Marie. Because someone has to stop Billy Butcher. Someone has to end the disease before it spreads. Pulling the curtain back, The Boys' final lesson: the brilliance of The Boys has always been its honesty. It's not a story about superheroes, it's a story about power, trauma, and corruption. Billy Butcher's transformation isn't some random twist. It's the culmination of everything the show has been saying since day one. You can't fight monsters with hate and expect to stay human. Gen V gave us the science. The Boys gives us the soul. Together, they've revealed that the real villain of this universe isn't Homelander or Vought. It's what happens when pain becomes purpose. In the end, there was never a hero, only the Butcher. So if you're still wondering what Season 5 will bring, here's the truth. Billy Butcher's story won't end with redemption. It'll end with realization. He'll finally see that the thing he hated most, the thing he hunted, feared, and swore to destroy, was staring back at him in the mirror all along. And when that moment comes, when the world finally burns because of the monster he became, there'll be no glory in it, just silence. Because Billy Butcher didn't lose his humanity when he took V. He lost it the day he decided that killing monsters was worth becoming one himself. In short, Gen V didn't just expand the boys' universe, it exposed its most horrifying truth. Billy Butcher isn't mankind's savior. It's a final warning. And the scariest part? He's still smiling.